Have you ever felt like you were sinking? Like the weight of life was pulling you down, and every step you took felt like another step closer to failure? It's as if the entire world is against you. I understand, because we've all been there. But let me tell you something right now. When everything seems lost, there's always a way out. Every passing second, the weight increases. The clock doesn't stop, the demands don't let up, and the exhaustion piles up. You feel trapped in a cycle, unsure of how to escape or which direction to take. But here's the secret. No matter how deep you're sinking, there's always a way to turn things around. The solution is closer than you think. The key to transformation begins now with one simple decision: to act. You're not alone in this. Every single person has faced this moment. Every great achiever, every legendary figure in history has encountered their lowest point. What separates them from those who give up isn't luck or talent. It's the decision not to quit. They chose to rise, even when it seemed impossible. And you right now have everything you need to take the first step. The way out begins within you, and it's time to find it. Have you ever felt paralyzed by frustration, as if trapped in a reality you can't change? The clock ticks on, and you feel stuck, watching others move forward while you're caught in an endless loop. The pressure surrounds you, pushing you down, weighing on your shoulders. Every day, the weight of responsibilities grows, anxiety takes over, and the feeling of being lost intensifies. What do you do when life brings you to your knees and you feel too weak to rise again? Have you ever considered that perhaps all of this is the key to your transformation? It's easy to fall into the trap of discouragement. Every unanswered message, every unfinished task, every dream abandoned seems to confirm your worst fears, that you're not enough, that you're fighting a losing battle. You try to focus, but your mind won't cooperate. Time slips through your fingers, and with each passing day, finding a way out seems harder. But remember, this maze of frustration and doubt is not your destiny. It is merely a phase, a tough lesson, but a necessary one. You can keep sinking, or you can choose to act now and start turning the tide. If you're here, it means a part of you still believes. Even if discouragement has hit you hard, something within you is still searching for an answer. You can keep sinking, letting difficulties and the fear of failure consume you, or you can do something different now. No matter how hard it gets, the simple act of trying is what begins to break this cycle. Transformation doesn't start when you achieve your goals. It begins the moment you decide to act, even when everything feels lost. There comes a moment in everyone's life when you find yourself at a crossroads. You can stay where you are, accepting frustration, excuses, and fear. Or you can decide to take the first step toward change. The question now is, are you ready to change? Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Because true transformation doesn't begin when you reach your goal. It begins the moment you decide to do something different. And the decision to change is in your hands right now. Choosing to change isn't easy, but it's what will transform your life. Change requires courage. It demands stepping out of your comfort zone. Robert Downey Jr. hit rock bottom, but he made a decisive choice. He wouldn't let his past mistakes define him. He chose to fight for his life and his career. And this choice wasn't just a chance for him, it's an opportunity for you too. When you decide to change, the power to transform your life begins with a simple choice. Every decision you make has the power to alter your path. Getting back up after a fall, moving forward when everything tells you to quit, believing in yourself when you feel weak. These small decisions build your future. What can you choose to do today to change your tomorrow? It might be a small step, but it could be the beginning of something big. The future is shaped by the choices you make now. Yes, change is scary. The fear of failure, of making mistakes, of rejection. But here's the secret. Fear is natural. It's simply resistance to growth. Great achievers have felt that fear too, but the difference is that they acted despite it. Don't wait for fear to disappear to act. Action is what breaks the chains of fear. Now is the time to act. Where are you placing your energy? What are you fueling with your thoughts, time, and actions? Sometimes we spend so much energy on distractions, fear, and procrastination that we don't realize how much it's pulling us away from what really matters. Where you place your energy determines what you achieve. If you focus on fear or external validation, the results will always be the same: frustration. But if you decide to place your energy on what truly matters, the path to transformation will open. The question is, where will you place your energy now? Robert Downey Jr. had a critical moment in his life where he needed to focus entirely on his recovery and work. He directed his energy toward what truly mattered, abandoning addictions and rebuilding himself. That decision transformed his life. You too can choose where to place your energy. Transformation begins with a simple choice. Focusing isn't just about thought, it's about taking action on what you decide. Every small step you take toward your goal reshapes your reality. When you dedicate your energy to what truly matters, change happens. Imagine your energy as a river. If you channel it correctly, it will flow in the right direction. Now, where will you place your energy? Procrastination, fear, or the small daily victories that bring you closer to transformation? Daily focus doesn't have to be monumental. Start with a simple goal and channel your energy into it. True transformation starts with a small step. Have you ever felt like something invisible was holding you back, keeping you stuck in place? That inner blockage is something everyone faces, but when it takes over, it can stop any progress. Fear tries to convince you that you're not capable, that the future is uncertain, but the truth is, it's an illusion. Fear only has power over you if you let it. The big question is, what will you do with this obstacle? Will you let it paralyze you, or will you use it as fuel to move forward? Like us, Robert Downey Jr. faced his demons: fear, addiction, failure, and rejection. But instead of letting that pressure consume him, he chose to act. He didn't ignore the challenges, he used them to rebuild himself. Isn't that what we all need to do? Instead of being paralyzed by fear, we can choose to face it and turn it into our greatest strength. Robert used his pain as fuel, and that's exactly what you can do today. Fear will never completely disappear, but you can learn to use it to your advantage. When you act despite fear, you transform that energy into motion. Fear becomes your fuel. True transformation happens when you act even without having all the answers. Movement is what keeps change alive. By acting despite doubt, you start breaking down the barriers fear has built. Don't wait any longer. Now is the time to act. The first step is the most important, and you can take it today. Change doesn't wait, and neither should you. What fear will you face today? What will you do, even with hesitation, to break through the barrier and start your transformation? Share with us the first step you'll take, because by acting now, you're creating your future. The growth mindset is the key to unlocking your true potential. It's based on the belief that your abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. Those who adopt this mindset don't see failures as defeats, but as opportunities for learning and growth. If you believe you can improve, you're already on the right path. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to a new level of achievement. Change begins with the commitment to invest in yourself and expand your horizons. Our mental barriers are often stronger than real ones. The limiting beliefs we carry can trap us in a cycle of inaction and frustration. But the good news is that these barriers can be broken. The first step to overcoming your limitations is understanding that they are not absolute truths, but simply thoughts you choose to accept. When you allow yourself to believe that you can do more, that you can grow and learn, these barriers start to disappear. True transformation begins when you act, even without all the answers. The growth mindset isn't just about thinking positively, it's about putting those thoughts into action. Every time you take action, even when you feel uncertain, you reinforce the idea that you can overcome any limitation. Change doesn't happen without movement, and movement starts with the decision to move forward, regardless of doubts and obstacles. Now ask yourself, what can you do today, despite insecurities, to push your boundaries and achieve more than you ever thought possible? Every day offers a new opportunity to transform your life. What will you do with this power? Every action you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Now, more than ever, transformation begins with a decision. You have the power to create the reality you desire, but it starts with the actions you take now. Don't wait any longer. The first step begins today. The journey of transformation isn't a destination, but a daily practice. Each day is a new chance to apply everything you've learned and keep growing. What you do today will shape your tomorrow. Persistence, a growth mindset, overcoming fear, and breaking through internal limitations are the pillars that will build your success. Don't give up. The best is yet to come. Change is within your reach, and it starts with you now. Now that you know what you need to do, the next decision is yours. The future you desire is being built today, with every step, every action, and every choice you make. The first step is the most important. Transformation begins now. What will you do today to start your journey?